Rob, moving on to the Sevens rugby and the two form teams there, South Africa and Fiji, playing out the final. They've had the rub of the green over each other for the last few tournaments. This time it was the Blitzboks. What did you think of, first of all, the makeup of the team at the moment? Would you say they're coming into their own? Is the balance right there?
Yes, very much so. I mean, a big weekend for someone like Siabelo Senatla, of course, who's gone past the record, all-time try-scoring record for the Blitzboks, going past Fabian Juries. He's gone into the 180s now, 181 even, I think it was, at the finish of the tournament, and looked pretty explosive all the way through. As we know, he's going to be dabbling in 15s again quite soon, so that almost sort of disturbs the equilibrium a little bit. But Neil Powell's also built a lot of depth in that squad, and it was something that Tony Johnson and some of the other commentators on the New Zealand, on the Wellington Sevens, noticed about the South African team. Lots of depth, lots of ability to change players very seamlessly, and for rhythm not to be sort of disrupted. They're a very well structured side. I mean, for the whole tournament, to beat Fiji by roughly 20 points on 2 occasions in the same tournament, I'm not certain that happens every day. You know, so it shows you just how competent and committed the Blitzboks were. Discipline was amazing. Their blanket defence was superb. I mean, in the semi-final, they played against the relatively unsung Canadians, and they didn't have too much of the ball, the Blitzboks, and they just absolutely suffocated them by tackling, and then waiting for the mistake. And of course, with that sort of speed on the counter, with people like Kwagga Smith bursting through the middle, Siabelo Senatla on the outside, so lethal, or bursting infield from broken play. So they were pretty much unstoppable. It was a very impressive tournament, and perhaps the only disappointing aspect was where were the crowds? But perhaps New Zealand are so sort of in awe of their sort of 15s competence at the moment that they've kind of downgraded a sevens from a sort of PR point of view a little bit at the moment. And the weather wasn't fantastic in Wellington, typically blustery and chilly on sort of finals day. And with New Zealand, not going as well as they would have hoped, there wasn't quite the vibe of the past. But take nothing away from South Africa, superb performance, and they've really put down a marker for the series as a whole this year. You know, they've opened up a very tidy little lead, and look as though they'll be very hard to stop for the title.